On one side of the border, a giant is awakening, rising with unstoppable speed. On the other, a nation is crumbling under the weight of its own choices, poverty, the funding of terror, and the unbearable price of innocent lives lost. India, one of the most targeted nations by terrorism, has chosen a path few expected. Instead of lashing out recklessly, it's fighting back with strategy, patience, and a genius plan that could change the game without lighting the fuse of global war. In this video, we reveal India's masterstroke, how it's rising as an economic and military powerhouse, while Pakistan slips deeper into a trap it set for itself. India and Pakistan share a border, but not a destiny. What caused two neighbors to move in completely opposite directions? The answer lies in three powerful, often overlooked truths. Being born in an Islamic state should be a blessing. You're promised a share of your country's wealth, and the system is meant to protect you from anything that harms your body or soul. Just look at the Persian Gulf nations. Wealthy, secure, and thriving. In places like Qatar and the UAE, even the poorest citizens enjoy a better quality of life than the average person in Europe or the United States. But in Pakistan, the reality is starkly different. Take Balochistan, for example, a province that holds over 80% of Pakistan's natural resources and makes up nearly 40% of its landmass. It's rich with oil, gold, and countless other precious minerals. You'd expect its people to live in luxury. Instead, most live in absolute poverty. And worse, they face constant harassment and oppression by the Pakistani government. The world turns a blind eye. Western media remains silent. But recently, something unprecedented happened. The people of Balochistan reached out to India for help. Yes, you heard that right. They asked India, their so-called enemy, for support. And that speaks volumes. This isn't about hostile nations, it's about hostile governments. Pakistan channels its anger and aggression toward India, not out of justice, but as a distraction. Because if the rage wasn't pointed outward, it would be turned inward, right back at themselves. But how is India responding to all the aggression from Pakistan? By using something so powerful, their high IQ. And yes, it seems like many Indians were just born with it. Being Indian is such a privilege, it might as well be a qualification on your NASA resume. India has chosen not to ignite a nuclear Armageddon with Pakistan, and for that, the world, including me, is deeply grateful. It's important to understand, both countries possess around 170 nuclear warheads each. If they were ever to launch them at one another, it wouldn't just destroy the region, it could end life on Earth as we know it. No matter where you live, no one would be safe. What allows me, and many military analysts, to sleep at night is India's nuclear doctrine. India follows a second strike policy, meaning it will only use nuclear weapons if it is attacked with nuclear weapons first. This policy isn't just words. It's backed by one of the most critical elements of modern deterrence, nuclear submarines. These submarines are always on the move, hidden beneath the oceans, and can't be easily wiped out like a military base. That makes India's response capability credible and virtually guaranteed, which is exactly what makes deterrence work. If you're interested in India's military and everything we've talked about, make sure to check out the video linked in the description. And don't forget to like this video. It really helps a lot. Thanks. Now let's continue. Now here's the catch. Pakistan doesn't follow the same logic. Unlike India, Pakistan has a first strike policy, meaning they can launch a nuclear attack at any time if they choose to. Let that sink in. If India had the same reckless mindset, we probably wouldn't even be breathing right now. So, how is India going to win a conflict where the other side refuses to reason? Simple, they already did. And I'll tell you how. It's with a solution so brilliant, so universal, that any country or even any individual can use it to achieve greatness. Stay tuned. India has long been a land of ancient wisdom, a sacred place that people from across the globe visit in search of self-improvement, spiritual awakening, and inner peace. Its rich cultural heritage spans millennia, and with it comes a depth of knowledge that has quietly shaped not just individuals, but entire civilizations. And perhaps the most powerful lesson India teaches is this: To improve the world around you, you must first improve yourself. It sounds simple, but it's a truth ignored by 99% of people and even by many nations. Most are quick to point fingers, to blame others, to find flaws in everything outside themselves. But here's the problem. If the problem is always out there, then the solution will always be out of reach. India chose a different path. Instead of being consumed by external noise, it turned inward. It identified its own challenges, its own weaknesses, and fixed them, one by one. While others were busy fighting, India was growing. While others were tearing themselves apart, India was building itself up. And through this one powerful mindset, India rose from one of the lowest points a nation can experience in history to becoming a rising star on the world stage. That's not just a success story. That's a lesson, one the entire world can learn from, even Pakistan. Instead of violence, riots, and endless poverty, imagine if it embraced progress, peace, and prosperity, the Indian way. If you're still here, congrats. You officially have better focus than most politicians in Pakistan. Smash that like button like it owes you money, share it with a friend, or confuse a neighbor, and hit subscribe like it's a missile launch button. Who knows, maybe one day we'll all be second strike level wise. This is Caspian Insight signing off.